Here's Sonia, 17 years old, high school student, right?
Yep.
However, she has not been to high school for about 4 years. It's Rob and Lizz, his morning crew on his radio. She stayed in her room. She hasn't gone to school, no band, no time with friends whatsoever because Sonia suffers from these debilitating migraine headaches so bad that she could barely walk. It's amazing. So out of desperation, her mom's like, I got to find something because there's no answers here. None whatsoever. They drive about 3,000 miles to go to this one clinic that had some answers for them.
Yeah, because they had tried doctor specialists in their area, in the state. They even ventured out of the state. But you're right. They basically drove across country because they found a place that uses this new technology that's been around for a couple of years, but it's just not mainstream yet. But it's an armband that can stop the migraine in progress.
Isn't that crazy? And it started to work like immediately, an armband. I don't know what it does. It does some kind of detection. Maybe it just takes her mind off it, gives her a shock. I don't know. I'm just guessing. But here's the thing. Now she's back in school. She's with her friends. She can go to band, all of this stuff. And it was an armband to help her out from this one clinic that's been using it for 2 years now. It was just approved.
Yeah, it's like a new lease on life. I've had a really, really bad headache. I don't know if I've ever had anything that classifies as a migraine because I don't want to lessen that for someone that deals with that every day. But it gets to the point where if there's even a little light that comes in, you're wrecked for the whole day, that kind of thing. So that she can get out and have fun with her friends, that's pretty amazing.
Rob and Lizz,
his morning crew.
Some orphans on a beach have become very famous, almost like celebrities on the Yucatan coast of Mexico. These orphans, there's about 8 of them. They've invaded the beach, and there they stay. And people are coming by and getting selfies and pictures every day at noon. They're out of their pen, these pigs. I'm sorry. I didn't say that, did I?
No, you left that little bitty detail out.
Orphan pigs. They don't know where they came from. Little tiny babies. They came, invaded a beach, and now they're little celebrities because, they stay in pens there now as they grow up and can be released back into the wild or something like that.
Yeah, but they're hoping that once they get that big and they really shouldn't be kind of hanging out on the beach anymore, that they'll be able to have their offspring. So they want to make this kind of a thing. So their little babies are going to be the next generation of pigs on a beach.
It's like this has become a thing for the Yucatan Peninsula, this one little coastline, this one little beach, because there wasn't a lot of people that came. Now tourism, all because of pigs.
Well, yeah, it's so much better than pigs in a blanket. It's pigs on a beach.
Rob and Lizz,
his morning crew.
You've heard of Joshua before. He's in London. He's that hairstylist that decided about 7 years ago, he was going to go out and cut the hair of homeless people. Absolutely amazing. And what he did since then is start a movement. And the movement is called Do Something for Nothing. Basically, it's the premise of, hey, I cut hair. This is what I do. I'm pretty good at it. I'm a good stylist, and I have a lot of people who come to me. So he's doing very well, but he saw the need of the homeless that needed just to get some haircuts, and some of the homeless people that he's cut the hair for have gone out, gotten jobs. Quality of life is so much better with a simple haircut. And so with this movement, he's encouraging people, hey, just do what you do for others. If you're good at doing one thing, do it. You don't have to go cut hair. Just do what you do. It's a simple thing. I mean, this has gotten so big that just about 3-4 years ago, National Geographic did a documentary on him, and Morgan Freeman was the voice. Hello.
Oh, that's got to be super cool.
And now today there are so many people that are thanking him because of his inspiration to do something for nothing and just do what they're gifted at, that a lot more people are getting help because of that.
And maybe at some point he thought, look, I'm a hairstylist. What can I do to kind of change the world?
Right.
But he's helping people have, put their best foot forward, have that great first impression. and it can make a world of difference. So good for him.
Well, and then you start thinking, what do I do that I'm pretty good at? And how can I use this to go out and do it for nothing for people? Don't charge for it.
Yeah, don't sell yourself short. You've been gifted these talents and abilities, and you can use them for good.
For Lizz, it would sing karaoke on the street corner.
Oh, nobody wants that.
No, well, you do that. You do it well.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
I know, sad news to hear about the Queen of England this morning. A lot of people are praying, maybe you've heard the news already, that she tested positive for COVID right now.
Yeah, she did. Her son, Prince Charles, and his wife, Camilla, they were diagnosed a couple weeks ago and tried to, isolate the queen. But unfortunately, she tested positive. A little mild case of it, but she is 95.
Good.
So
Good.
Yeah.
Right?
You know what? She's got some big news, not the whole, diagnosis. She is going to be, for whatever reason, at the age of 95, introducing something that you may want to keep in your home and use it on your next hamburger or French fries.
The Queen?
The Queen of England, yes. She's introducing her own line of royal ketchup and steak sauce.
Really? Giving Heinz 57 a run for their money?
Oh, yeah. Now, when you use this, you have to keep your pinky up, I would think, when you enjoy her ketchup and steak sauce, because it's going to be extra fancy.
Really? So you have to eat your hamburger with a pinky in the air.
Absolutely. And make sure you have all the right cutlery and everything else. There's probably some sort of protocol that goes along with it.
What's it called?
Sandringham. And that is the name of one of the castles. They have quite a few. There's Windsor, there's Buckingham Palace, there's Clarence House. There's all these estates that they own. And Sandringham is one. And that's where she throws like a lot of the Christmas parties and that kind of thing.
Oh, so it's the laid back castle.
Well, it's maybe the event castle, as it were.
That's where they have the nice pool and the beach. And do all the
I don't know if
backyard
they have a
barbecues.
pool.
Backyard barbecues. Do they do backyard barbecues at this one palace? Is that their deal?
Probably. I would think that, but it's not the same
Queen's in
as
an apron.
ours.
Queen's in an apron. She's flipping the burgers on the grill out back and getting some ketchup.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
There's Celebration that's outside of Orlando, Florida, which is like a Disney-themed place to live, like a subdivision. Celebration. Now they're going to put something very similar to that in California.
It is so amazing. Like, I honestly would want to live there. They have cast members that live. So it's like a development, a community, a subdivision, but cast members from Disney, which are their employees, will do all kinds of community events. So you not only live there, but they'll also put on performances. They'll have philanthropic opportunities that you can do. I mean, how cool is that? And it's all Disney themed.
That's if you like Disney all the time. I don't know if you've ever vacationed in Orlando and have had the opportunity, not many people have, but have the opportunity to stay in a resort at Disney. So you vacation there, at their hotels, all this other stuff. You are surrounded by Disney. You can't get away from Disney. There's cast members and Mickey running around in hotels and stuff like this, and you turn on the TV, and it's all Disney on the TV. It's like, I can't get away. You have to be a super fan to want to live in a neighborhood like that.
Absolutely. But if you are a super fan, and I'm surprised just how many Disney super fans there are, if you are one, this subdivision, this community is all about you. I mean, if you want to live and breathe Disney 24/7, this has got your name written all over it.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
So for the new taco food truck jelly beans, are you ready for these flavors? Because it's disgusting. Salsa, guacamole,
It's a jelly bean.
ground beef taco. Okay, here's one. Churro. Churro actually sounds pretty good because it'll be cinnamon and sugar, right?
And a jelly bean.
But I think that would be the best one. Now, there's something, I'm not sure what it is. Horchata. Am I saying that correctly?
Sure.
There's some, see, I have no idea. So I don't know what that flavor is, which makes me scared anyway. But why?
Mm-hmm. and a
Why?
jelly bean in time
Yeah.
for Easter. So get some salsa and chips and throw some jelly beans on it, melt it on your chips. I don't know.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
Question for you. If money wasn't an object, what would you buy? I think for Liz, it would be a ticket to space.
You know, when I was a little kid, possibly because I did want to be an astronaut until I realized that I don't like roller coasters, so I can't imagine I would like a trip on a spaceship.
All the
But if
G-forces.
this is
Liz's face plastered to the seat, and when the G-force is going on,
I don't think is my cup of tea. But Galactic is going to be offering trips to space later on this year. There's going to be 100 seats on each trip. That's quite a packed spaceship from what I understand. It's going to be 90 minutes long. You get an Under Armour spacesuit and training before the launch. The price tag on said trip, $450,000
almost $500,000 to go on that thing. Wow.
for 90 minutes. Yeah.
I'm out. I mean, if money
I'm out
wasn't
too.
an object, I'd probably do it. I would do it. If money wasn't an object, I would do it. But have a price tag like that, forget it.
I know. Is that the one thing that you would choose if money wasn't an object? Like what? Because I would want a ticket for the next royal wedding. Absolutely,
You would.
hands down, that's what I would do.
You have tickets for that stuff? I didn't no idea.
I would find a way to get in there. I'd get an invite. If I could buy an invite to the next royal wedding, all over it.
Wait a minute. So they sell invites? I had no
For
idea.
$450,000, they might. If the queen is selling ketchup right now, she'll sell me an invite to the wedding.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
So if money was not an object, what would you do? I mean, what's that thing that you would do? For Liz, she won't fly to space. She just said that. I thought she would.
No,
She won't.
nope, freak me out. Nope.
She won't go on a roller coaster. She's not flying to space.
I can't imagine that it would be a pleasant trip for me. Even though this trip is $450,000 is 90 minutes, I couldn't stand it for 90 minutes.
I'm telling you, right? But that would be so cool. I'd do it. I don't know about you. Judy's with us at 800-447-7234. If you didn't have to worry about money, Judy, what would it be? What would you get?
I would pay hundreds of dollars for a low country boil.
When did Low Country Boil enter into your life, Judy?
I was 6 months old, sucking on scallops.
You got a remarkable memory to remember back to 6 months old.
Well, that's when my grandma told me she first started cooking me low country boil.
At 6 months old.
With a scallop.
I can't remember
Ew.
when I was 6 months old.
I can't, but there's probably more pictures and, of course, the conversations that she had with her grandma that kind of helped along those memories a little bit. But Low Country Boil at 6 months old, that baby don't even have teeth.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
So we're excited about the texts that are coming in, 800-447-7234, because if money was not an option, you'd do what?
Well, Becky texted and said, I would love to take a cruise around the world and stop in as many ports as possible so she could see just about every city on this globe that I guess is not landlocked.
That would be so cool. That would be amazing. Get on a cruise ship and just do that around the world. You'd also have to have a lot of time.
Yes.
Right?
And an endless buffet. Oh, my goodness.
You don't have to worry about that. They got the endless buffet. Boy, do they have endless buffets on those things.
Oh.
Got a couple of open mics that just came in through the My HISRadio app.
My name is Shelley, and if money wasn't an option, I would take my whole family to Disney World.
Good morning. My name is Sydney, and if money was not an issue, I would first pay off my mom and my grandmother for everything they've ever helped me with, and then I would go to Disney for sure.
That's sweet to do that because parents would do so much. And then I've noticed there's a lot of people that said Disney so far, right?
Oh, my goodness. Everybody seems to want to go to Disney this morning.
Honestly, it's so expensive for one of those trips.
And they just raised their prices for the tickets. So absolutely, I understand.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
I love the relationship that Soup and Breakfast have. Soup is
Huh?
a dog, Breakfast is
Oh,
a cat.
okay.
And these are such unique names that just makes the story even better. But Soup is the dog, and he is just the sweetest thing. So his mom has a TikTok, and she'll post quite often how Soup treats his sister, which is the cat named Breakfast. Breakfast has a condition that causes her to have wobbly legs. They actually call it wobbly cat syndrome. That's not the technical term. That's just what, regular people call it. So she has a really hard time walking like across the room and, getting to places quickly. So Soup brings her the things that she needs. He will go and get her treat for her if there's one. He'll go get her toys for her so she can play with them. She never has to lift a finger and do anything.
Really? Oh, soup and they should say soup and crackers, but soup and breakfast.
Oh, exactly. Or soup and sandwiches, but soup and breakfast. Yeah, they are quite the pair.
And to name their pets that's quite unique.
I've never heard of anything like that
Right?
before.
Right?
Yeah.
I love the whole relationship thing, but I'm very curious. Where'd you come up with names like soup and breakfast?
We'll
for
have
your
to ask her on TikTok.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
I love the relationship that Soup and Breakfast have. Soup is
Huh?
a dog, Breakfast is
Oh.
a cat.
Okay.
And these are such unique names that just makes the story even better. But Soup is the dog, and he is just the sweetest thing. So his mom has a TikTok, and she'll post quite often how Soup treats his sister, which is the cat named Breakfast. Breakfast has a condition that causes her to have wobbly legs. They actually call it wobbly cat syndrome. That's not the technical term. That's just what, regular people call it. So she has a really hard time walking like across the room and, getting to places quickly. So Soup brings her the things that she needs. He will go and get her treat for her if there's one. He'll go get her toys for her so she can play with them. She never has to lift a finger and do anything.
Really? Oh, soup and they should say soup and crackers, but soup and breakfast.
Oh, exactly. Or soup and sandwiches, but soup and breakfast. Yeah, they are quite the pair.
And to name their pets that's quite unique.
I've never heard of anything like that
Right?
before.
Right?
Yeah.
I love the whole relationship thing, but I'm very curious. Where'd you come up with names like soup and breakfast?
We'll
for
have
your
to ask her on TikTok.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
You've been on the road forever. You've got that long trip. At the very end of that trip, you just want everything to be perfect. His morning crew with Rob and Liz, his radio.
And this family is desiring that. They're on their vacation. They have a cabin. It's theirs, the family cabin. They show up to the address, but there's no cabin. And they're like, Wait a minute, this is where we thought. Wrong address? I mean, this is our cabin. By golly, it should be here. Somebody, I don't know how, stole their cabin.
What
It's
the world?
not on the property. This is in Michigan. It's not even on the property. It's just gone. It's a little 12-foot by 28-foot cabin, so it's one of those little tiny home kind of things. But still.
Still, how do you? Did it have a hitch on it, and you could drag it away somewhere?
I don't
Like,
know. Maybe a strong man put it on his back and walked with it. I mean, come on. I know it was tiny, but still, that was somebody's vacation getaway.
I can't even imagine. I mean, people have vehicles stolen or trailers, campers, that kind of thing, but an entire cabin.
Your cabin's gone. I mean, literally, you show up, it's not there. It's like, did I have the right address? I mean, I bought this property. I put the cabin on it. It's gone. It's gone.
Okay, so
People have
if
no
you see
cabin.
if you see one of your neighbors and they have a new cabin in the backyard, maybe you need to turn that in and let somebody know.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
Got another open mic that was just sent in today, 800-447-7234. The open mic, by the way, is on the My HISRadio app, which you can download for free, Google Play and the App Store. Here's what just came through on the open mic on our app.
Hey, this is Silas, and I just want to say there is nothing better than coming back to beautiful weather after skiing in the mountains all weekend.
Oh, how gorgeous that must have been for Silas to go skiing in the mountains and then coming back to warmer temperatures.
I know, have a little bit of winter, a little bit of not summer, but springtime anyway, because it was a beautiful day on Saturday.
Well, I had no idea. My neighbor behind me went to, where'd he go? Wisconsin or something like that. I saw a post and it was like, okay, that's not the hill in our neighborhood, nor is there snow, nor do we have mountains that look like that around here. They went up, picked up, and got away for the 4-day vacation. Some schools are off on Friday, and then President's Day is today, of course. And they went skiing in the mountains. I'm like, wow, how nice is that?
Yeah, we were downtown, and I think every other person in the area was also downtown. Tons of people just trying to get out and enjoy themselves.
Well, the weather was so nice over the weekend. I mean, the sun was shining. It was perfect to get out. I know a lot of people went hiking. I saw some of those posts over the weekend. And then Silas, and then my neighbor behind me, they go skiing. How nice is that?